hydrometers and how to use them. Hello, my name is Jersey. Welcome to our channel.
And I'm Ray.
Today we're going to show you two hydrometers when making moonshine. They're totally different with two different values in your use. We always have a double set in case one breaks. This is your very first hydrometers that you need. Specific gravity hydrometers. They read your potential alcohol volume before you run your still. The first reading you take that you'll see in this video is before you add your yeast. Then 5 to 10 days after the fermentation is completed, you'll take another reading, and that will tell you if you're at the 0, you're good to go. These two are the same, just one has larger reading. These are called alcohol hydrometers. The only time you'll use these is after you're running your spirits through your still to check your alcohol percentage or your proof. I'm going to remove the alcohol ones. We're not even going to use those in the video today. I was just letting you know you'll need this after the fermentation is completed.
When you're using specific gravity hydrometer, when we do our mash, our target will be 1.09 to 1.05. So anywhere in this green section here is usable to get a very good yield. The higher it gets towards the bottom, 1.09 or 1.1, you'll get more alcohol per gallon of mash. When it's completed, converting all the sugars to alcohol, it will be up here around 0.99. That means it's ready to run. If it's down here, you've still got some fermentable sugar. You may want to let it sit for another day.
So before you begin your journey, if you're a newbie, you need both of these hydrometers. Specific gravity hydrometer and an alcohol hydrometer if you really want the best results. They are not interchangeable. Each one comes with different types of test tubes. As you can see on the plastic, it starts wearing off. It's very hard to sanitize, very hard to bleach. Highly do not recommend getting the plastic. I like the clear glass without any lines or writing on the side. It's easier to read your hydrometer. I use this glass one for either hydrometer. It doesn't matter, they both work. See how easy it is to read versus, see the difference? It's very hard to read, and if you have yellow mash in this, very hard to read. The glass is easier to sanitize, bleach, and to dry. Yes, you have to be a little bit more careful if you're outside in the garage or in the woods, but in the long run, the glass is only a few dollars more. Highly recommend getting the glass, and don't forget you need two different sets of hydrometers. Next video, how to use the alcohol hydrometer, and we're going to show you actual footage of testing alcohol with that hydrometer. And we're going to show you trying to take a mash sample with the alcohol hydrometer and prove to you it will not work.
Hi, welcome to our channel, Moonshine How To. Today we're going to be talking about a hydrometer, what the uses are and what the purpose for having one. This specific one is for specific gravity hydrometer. It measures three things: specific gravity, potential alcohol, and bricks. We're not worried about the bricks. We just want to know how much alcohol we're going to get out of it and what the specific gravity is. We're going to take note, write it down, and we're going to show you how to use it.
We're at 95.9. Temperature is still ideal. And now we're going to take our first OG reading. This is very important. This is your starting gravity. Use a turkey baster. I like to use a turkey baster. I have two of them, stainless steel and a glass. They don't leave this room. They're only meant for making mash. There's no oils or anything in them. So I already placed the hydrometer in the glass test tube. Keep filling it with your sample until it floats. Or you may add the test sample and then the hydrometer, whichever way you prefer. When you take this reading, you need to be eye level. The very first thing before you take a reading, there's two reasons why you need to spin this. Spin it gently, it removes the bubbles, and number two, it makes it so it doesn't stick from the side. Do it gently, let it stop spinning. Ray's gonna put the camera at eye level so you can see what the reading is. It needs to be on a flat surface. You need to read the bottom of the line, not where it comes in down at an angle. We're only going to read the specific gravity. We're not going to worry about the other two.
It's 1.05.
So you write that number down. That's your first reading. We're looking for a target of 1.09. What do we do next?
Draw a sample from your mash bucket. We're going to check the specific gravity. You'll insert it into your tube, give it a slight spin, Target should be 1.05 to 1.09. That would be a of the crop run in making shine. Right now this has been about 4 days, so it's a little lower. It's not a true reading. I was just using it for sample purposes. A good thing to remember, never pour this into your mash bucket because it could contaminate it with a bacteria and ruin your mash. Once you've tested it, discard it. That concludes basically the use of what I use this for. When I get ready to run it and it stops bubbling, I may insert it into the finish to check, but it should be a 0.0 reading or a 0.999, which means that you've got all the potential sugars used up in the fermentation process and get the most out of your alcohol.
Do you put it in a bucket or do you always put it in that?
I put it in this because I don't want to contaminate the whole bucket, and if it needs to go a little bit longer, I'll just put a lid back on, let it go for another day or two. Mash will not go bad very quickly. If you gotta wait till the weekend, it's fine, just put in a cooler place. So that concludes this meter. It's a specific gravity hydrometer set. As you can see, this is plastic. Numbers wear off, it's very hard to read. I recommend glass. If this is all you can get, it works fine.
Thank you for stopping by. Please share this on social media and consider sharing our Facebook group where we discuss, have friends, and moonshine on. Please join.